In this video, we're going to look at the next BGP attribute, which is med or metric, and we're going to see how we can use it to advertise to our neighbors how they should enter our AS. So this network is slightly different than in the previous couple videos. In this network, R4 and R5 are actually in one AS, and this is going to be AS 45, and then router 6 is going to be still in AS 6. So let's take a look at the current state, and what we're specifically we're going to look at is how R6 is getting to this segment. So let's do a show IP BGP, and we can see it's currently going through R4, and we can see the metric is 0. Now this is because in Cisco iOS, the metric is 0 by default. So what we're going to do is let's influence the path so that instead of going through 4, we want R6 to come in through 5. Now, this is going to be something where we don't actually have control of R6. R6 may be a service provider or someone else, and we want to influence how they come to us. So what we're going to do is head over to, let's head over to R4 to start with. And with med, the lower the metric, the lower metric is preferred. Excuse me. So what we're going to want to do is let's create a route map, and we'll call it med. And we're just going to say we're going to set the metric to, why don't we do 500? We'll set the metric to 500. Now we'll go to router BGP 45, our neighbor of 10.0.46.0, 46.6, and we'll do the route map of med. Outbound. So now let's clear IP BGP out. Now again, the reason we're doing out is because that is the direction of the advertisement that we're influencing. We're not influencing the incoming route, even though we're influencing the incoming traffic. So now from R6's point of view, we can see the metric here is 500. Technically, we've accomplished our goal already, so that the traffic will go through R5. So we don't need to actually do another route map. However, from R5's point of view, why don't we do a route map that's slightly more complicated so that we're influencing only one route instead of another route. So what we'll do is let's go to R5 and let's create a prefix list. So we'll do an IP prefix list. We'll call it P45. And we'll say it's sequence number of 5, and we're going to permit 10.0.45.0/24. We'll call this route map med again, which I like to do route map med permit 10. So let's match that IP address prefix list, which is P45. And let's set the metric to, why don't we set it to 100, because we want it preferred. Let's exit. And now let's do a route map med permit 20. But for this one, we're going to set the metric to 0. So for all other prefixes, the metric will be 0. Now, we currently are not advertising any other prefixes in BGP, but we'll take a look at that in a moment. So let's go to router BGP 45. Our neighbor 10.0.56.6. Route map is going to be med out. So again, we'll go to R6, take a look. So we can see the metric has changed, although the end result has not. We're still preferring this route. So let's create another route, and let's make sure that when R5 advertises it, it doesn't advertise it with a metric of 100, it just advertises it with a metric of 0. So we already did most of the work with the route map. All we have to do now is just advertise something else into BGP. So we'll just router BGP 45, and I'll say network 10.0, 25.0. Zero. Let's go to R6. And now we could see our network, which is coming from both 4 and 5. But from 4, it's coming with 500. And from 5, it's coming with 0. So again, 5 is going to be preferred. But so you can see how flexible we can get. We can do it for a blanket, any route going to a neighbor, or we can get specific using a prefix list and just set the metric on those routes. So that's all for this video, and we'll see you on the next one.